Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Continuing from where we last crashed in our Snaky Continents Roosevelt game. Yeah, I redid the turns to get back to where we were, as I did last time we crashed. I noticed St. Louis is working a shitty tile. Can work the Four Hammers tile instead. Much more useful. Is anywhere else working shitty tiles? No. No, everything else looks to be fine. It's just that one tile in St. Louis. Houston can do a 2-pop whip on this market. That's somewhat tempting. Whip it into a university or something. And the university would take forever, though. Yeah, let's go for it. I need universities and places anyway. I want to get Oxford built. Oxford University, National Wonder, does stuff. Okay, St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis can be Commerce City, that's fine. So, cottage that. It's a bit late to start cottaging things, but I don't care that much. Right, Washington is building wealth, you should be building a university. New York should be building a university. God, look at my commerce thing go down. University, ow. University, ow. University, ow. University, ow. 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 Alright, that'll do. That's all my wealth cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's way more universities than I actually need. So let's see what'll take the longest, and what'll have the... Sorry, I just switched that. What'll have the least impact. San Francisco wants one because of its huge base commerce. In fact, yeah, let's sort it by that. Base commerce. Highest base commerce are Boston, San Francisco, and Philadelphia, so they definitely want one. Highest base production, no, highest actual production. Washington, New York, and Boston. Okay, Boston, yeah, guaranteed. St. Louis is building a lighthouse. Philadelphia. So Washington, New York, Boston. Boston, San Francisco, Philadelphia. So what else is building them? Atlanta, Chicago, and Seattle. Atlanta, Chicago, and Seattle. Seattle will take 16 turns. I don't want it to take 16 turns. Atlanta and Chicago. Yeah, they have better things to be doing at the moment, I think. I.e. building wealth. That leaves us with 6 universities, which I think is all we need. Boston's probably going to want Oxford. Yeah, we only need 6 universities to build Oxford University, the national wonder. That gives plus 100% research. So I'm certainly okay with that. That allows us 2 turns on 100% beakers. Thinking about this great merchant, I unfortunately will not be able to use him next turn. So we will have to have a turn on 0% research, by the looks of things. That is a shame, but so be it. Hell. It's Boston that'll be building it, so 5 turns? Yeah, okay, Control-Alt-R. 5 turns. Washington and New York, Uni. Does that make a difference? Yes, it does. That allows me a comfortable 3 turns, rather than the 2 turns, which, depending on whether I move into Rome or wherever, will definitely give me enough time, or should give me enough time to do everything I want. Okay. So let's check the foreign advisor for Tex. You're still reluctant to trade. You... Ah yes, I already did tech trades this turn, didn't I? Okay. Right, that'll do then. Oh yeah, another point. Is there any... Meaning Houston doesn't really need to be building a university. And Houston will take forever on a university anyway. Oh, that was a poor decision then. Okay, you can have wealth. My bad.
Tell me what to do.
Oh, you're building a farm there, aren't you? Yeah.
What do you need?
Okay. Well, in which case I guess you go down there and shop. Maybe get it into the university? Because regardless of what happens, I will definitely want universities around. They are a good commerce multiplier. Plus 25% to research is nothing to sniff at. But they are very pricey, coming in at 200 hammers compared to... won't tell me here. Library? No. Okay, library... Buildings? Where's buildings? Buildings. Library. Library. Libraries are only 90 hammers. It's over twice as expensive. So, yeah. Yeah, universities are pricey. And that's not a joke about tuition fees. Although, universities are still pricey. Notice the barbarian warrior up there? That's nice. So, philosophy in 3 turns. We will totally found Taoism. It's not like everyone else has philosophy. Okay, let's go. Right, now let's get feudalism and maybe some other stuff. And Stalin has optics. I should have sold it to him last turn for money goals. Right, feudalism for aesthetics and paper. What will make this deal work? You will give me 15 gold on top of it. Nice. That's great, I don't need theology. So, feudalism, sweet.
I will to my lord be true and faithful, and love all which he loves, and shun all which he shuns.
Now, if we had vassal states turned on, feudalism would enable vassal states. Meaning, in a peace deal, or in other diplomacy, I could request that another civilization capitulate to me, i.e. become my vassal. Or, if in peacetime, I could request that they peacefully become my vassal. Now, that's all well and good. Capitulation is not an unreasonable mechanic, I wouldn't say. Demanding another civilization kneel to you after you militarily trounce them yeah, that speeds up conquest, and really, I guess, is kind of an improvement to the game. Although that can be argued, but I don't know. The big deal really is peace vassaling. If you have the intention to completely destroy any civilization when you have vassal states turned on, which generally is the better path to take, and you're not able to finish them in a single war, then if you deny an offer of capitulation, they will become someone else's vassal. And yeah, that means you can't destroy them, even though they were cities you were planning on taking. Even though the other civilization did not have a reasonable basis for taking them on as a vassal, i.e. they're halfway around the globe, or something to that effect. Or, the other instance, you have trounced an AI in war, but they refuse to vassal to you, they refuse to capitulate to you, and they get peace vassaled by another civilization, wherever they are in the world. So they effectively won your war and claimed your prize. because the AI cheats. Which is why I tend to play with vessel states turned off. Anyway, on with the actual game. Let's build a mine on this hill. Let's, hello. Oh, Woodsman 3, nice. May as well take that even though I'll be sitting on a hill tile. Buffalo, mozzarella. Let's remove that and build a cottage there. Yes, continue to move you around, I suppose. See if there's anything in this fog. Now the important thing is this caravel. So let's get you to Rome in the 2 turns it will take. Start chopping this forest. The hammers won't go to waste, but they won't be reflected straight away because I'm building wealth. Bearing in mind I have a fairly comfortable happy cap now, given my access to luxury resources via trade with Pakal. Oh. Alright, yeah, that wouldn't be a great trade. Trading away education is tempting, no doubt about it. But it's not something I can afford to do. Now if Pakal were willing to trade away some of his techs, then I might consider it. Because then I could just get so much out of it. But alas, he is not. He fears I'm becoming too advanced, meaning he's scared that I'm catching up. Which is a bizarre attitude to take, considering, yeah, he's in the tech advantaged position. So fuck that guy. Especially seeing as he's probably going for a cultural victory. Stalin and Pakal are definitely going to be the first 2 guys I take out. Assuming I do go to war, which I almost certainly will. Now, I am apparently in last place by score, which is fair. I mean, I am massively behind on tech. Other people have engineering and philosophy and shit like that. But, fuck that. I have the most cities, and I will continue to have the most cities because I will settle this entire landmass, and if anyone else settles on here, then I will declare war on them and completely annihilate them, regardless of how far along the tech tree I am. Because that would just piss me off so much. Alright, so Boston has 15 turns left on that. How long would a settler take in Philadelphia? In 2 turns, when it actually grows, we will see. Right, so now Mao's going for barbarian horse archer? What? Okay, that happened. What odds do I get? 20.9 with that chariot. Huh. Hey, San Francisco. Shit. This is not something I anticipated. How many, well, if you grow next turn, you'll be pissy, so let's do a hard whip on this mace man. That's fine. I need something to eliminate that horse archer, and that's the only way it's gonna happen.
Oh, present and account reporting for duty. What do you need?
And
What's the plan?
can I get you there? No.
Awaiting your orders. Yes.
Right, cancel order, because I don't want to risk losing you. Can this chariot get up there in time? No. Can any unit get there in time? No. Okay, Portland. Whip a... You can't even whip a spearman? God damn it. Whip a chariot? Come on, it's 30 hammers, that's 1 pop. Well, shit, okay. I think I may have just lost Portland. Well, tell you what.
Your orders.
Let's,
Reporting for duty.
well, I'd rather lose workers than lose a city. So,
Awaiting your orders. At your
is
service.
there anything this tile needs? Yeah, that tile wants a farm, so build a farm there. Let's get a turn. Let's get a turn on that chariot. Okay, this is an interesting scenario I didn't see coming. So now let's move into Rome. So from Rome I would get 1100 money golds. I should be able to see wherever else. From Neapolis I would get 1100 money golds. From Antium I would get 1300 money golds. From Ravenna 1100.
Tell me what to do.
From Cumae 1100. From Arpinium 1100. From Lacamha 1300. And the big one from Mutal 1300. Right. What about some other Mayan cities? I'm willing to delay it a few turns if I get a couple hundred gold out of it. Nope. Chicken pizza 1300. Okay, no. Alright, Antium got me 1300, right? Yep. Okay, go to Antium. Go to Antium. And I can get it this turn. Sweet, right. 1300. And that is what great merchants are used for, people. So now Chicago. Hello. Why are you pissy? Boston? Boston, why are you mad? Because you're growing too much. Okay, instead of working the sugar, work the mine. Get that out in 11 turns, and I guess now I can afford to do this, since these take 11 turns each. Atlanta, Chicago... Actually, yeah, Chicago doesn't want to grow that quickly, so don't work a spy, you dumb shit. Work a cottage. And Seattle... Seattle is content to grow. San Francisco doesn't really want to grow. Alright, now where do I want to build a settler? Not in any of these one-pop cities. I guess I'll build a settler after building a university in Washington, and same with New York. And I guess my spawn busting wasn't as good as I thought it was. Now those should be the only other tiles it can get to. Doesn't have the thing that allows it to attack more than once per turn. So I'm fine on that front. That chariot can move back down there. And sit there. This chariot wants to... Well, let's say it moves there. It might be more inclined to attack the chariot than the worker. In which case I've accomplished what I intended to do. Otherwise, shit. But, yeah. Okay, so now this caravel has completed its task. Let's fortify until healed in Rome. And, end my turn there. Okay.
I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without
Liberalism.
being commanded.
Right. All that happened there was I lost the worker, which is, although definitely not preferable, is ultimately fine. Oh, I also lost the farm. Well, no matter. Now I have 2 units in the city, so it can't take it next turn.
What's the plan?
And I can move that up there, so it won't be able to take it the turn after either. Now this worker needs to run away. Let's put you there, put some chops into that forest, or put a chop into that forest. Apparently it's already had one in it. Skip turn. Oh god, barbarians are all over the place now. This is what happens when I don't settle quickly enough. Now, Nax can take an archer. That's fine. But yeah, should only move one south next turn, and that's okay. Buffalo will want a cottage tile, one to its south. This chariot can move one north, actually. In fact, it can move there. Let's move you up there, and now San Francisco's pissy, that's fine. Yeah, work on a chariot, spend as little time as you can on it, whip it. And then at least I have something defending the city. Poor San Francisco, you were going so strong, and then I had to abandon you. That sucks. Okay. So Portland wants to work tiles other than that. Yeah. I'd rather work the plains tile than that. Get an extra hammer going. Okay, right. That's even better, I think. Delightful, the game crashed. And now I remember that I didn't No, I did adjust my autosave things, so I should have an autosave at the start of that turn. Unless, of course, the game doesn't remember my settings, which has happened before. 1470, good. And that looked like an autosave every turn. Meaning I shouldn't have any tragedies again. So let's wipe out that guy. Let's build a cottage in St. Louis. There's nothing more this well, it's not going to be anything worth looking at up there. Oh. So I foresee this being a problem. I definitely foresee this being a problem. Game, how about you play, please? Okay, that worked. If it crashes again, I'm going to cut the recording and reboot. Because there's not much else I can do. Go there. Looks like I had already put the chop into the tree. Yep.
Tell me what to do.
Right, combat odds are 90.4. Combat odds 90.4. Okay, right, so that's that dealt with. Now let's have something spawn busting up here, please. Because, seriously, what? Right, now this worker can go up there, rebuild the farm. Far more important than chopping that tree outside the borders. This Axeman, with its Woodsman 2 promotion, can sit outside the forest. Jeez, okay, yeah, okay, that was tragic. Right, Boston, it is way too soon to whip that. Don't really want to whip universities, they're expensive. There's no real way Philadelphia can cut out food in favor of production. That's fine. Right, these cities are all looking good now with regards to with regards to stuff. Why don't you have the same happy cap as everything else? Everything else has 10. We enjoy our luxurious resources. What resource? What? Oh, because you don't have the market yet, so you're not getting the bonus from ivory. Right. Derp. Everywhere else has a market, so it has the happiness from it. Good. Okay.
Tell me what to do.
Right, so cottage built there. Should probably build a replacement worker sometime. Of course, I do. I think I have enough workers at the moment. Houston. Does Houston need more food? So +2, +4, +5, +6, +4, +3, +1. So now it equates to 1 farm, 1 workshop. With that being that only being +1, taking me down to 0, that taking me back up to 1. So yeah. So if you be a workshop there. Chariot sit in San Francisco.
What's the plan?
Macemen sit in Portland. And then when you actually have food up and running again, well, yeah. I can more thoroughly spawn bust the north, that's fine. With these 2 chariots that I just moved out. No problem. Now looking at this, I should be able to get liberalism. Yeah, the only guy who's a risk is Mao, who appears to be going for nationalism. The AI can switch text partway through from memory, but it's not that commonly done. Okay, let's how pricey? Right. So I probably won't be able to get engineering without putting turns in first. So, of course, Caesar won't trade it. He's the only one who I could really get it from. Thinking here how effectively I could trade away philosophy. Because with only one guy having education, trading away philosophy isn't as big of a gambit as, you know, trading away education. So... I could comfortably get theology out of it, but I don't need theology. I literally have no use for theology. Theology gets me nothing, except the ability to research divine right. Has Islam gone? No, Islam hasn't gone. So, I could research divine right and build Versailles. I don't think building Versailles is that big of a priority, though. Now, building the Forbidden Palace, yes. So let's let's queue that up in Los Angeles. That'll be handy, particularly when I get around to founding corporations. There was torn between building it in Los Angeles and Portland, but Portland will take forever to get set up as is. But Portland would build it more quickly. Yeah, fuck it. It can be built in Portland. Portland's more central, and it'll... What? Oh, it doesn't have a courthouse, so it can't build it yet. Okay, that's fine. I definitely think I want it built in Portland, though. Probably before a market. Acts as a second palace, as the name kind of suggests. How's this caravel doing? I'd like to scout this island here, and maybe whatever's down here. Okay. wants to whip it, it's Philadelphia. Philadelphia wants to whip it. San Francisco also wants to whip it, but San Francisco doesn't want to whip, so I shan't. In fact, just shortly, Philadelphia won't want, San Francisco won't want to grow, so let's queue up a settler there. This will have to be my last turn. Washington. Right. No. That was the university's reminder I sent myself. No, Ragnar, that's not happening. Now, Mao Zedong will trade engineering and theology as well, but obviously I can't do much with that. Okay. Right, so Ragnar, philosophy and engineering costs me what? 315 gold. Okay. Mao doesn't have philosophy to trade away. Right, so that's the only guy I can get that trade with. Yeah, I don't have much of a choice in the matter, do I? Alright, fine. I can afford 315 gold. What if I throw in my world map? 165 gold. Yeah, I have no issue with Ragnar knowing what my land looks like.
The designer knows he has achieved perfection, not when there is nothing left to add, but when there is nothing left to take away.
And then Caesar, philosophy 4, all that. That's fine.
Two cities have been formed by two loves, the earthly by the love of self, the heavenly
now I'm
by
further
the
caught
love
up.
of God.
If it hadn't already gone, then I could now build Notre Dame. Something very desirable on this continent, but alas. I think I've gone on about that before. Oh, Caesar got literature. I should have sold it to him last turn. No matter. Oh, there's a thought. Espionage points. Islam's been founded in Vandal. Vandal's a barbarian city name. Where's Vandal? Augustus Caesar has made peace with Stalin. Wow. John was founded in Vandal. Based on the Great Prophet, Vandal is a Chinese city. There's Chinook. There's Hangzhou. Not seeing Vandal anywhere. No? Oh well, doesn't matter. Hell, it could be any other city. I'll have a look for that between episodes. In the meantime, this worker can go up here, build a farm. This worker can go up here and build a farm. This axeman can go there and then sit down and heal. You can fortify for 2 turns until you're healed. That is a shared tile between Buffalo and Houston. So I'll avoid... That's also a shared tile between Buffalo and Houston. Didn't think about that before. Well, Buffalo isn't going to grow quickly, so there's not much point building more cottages there. That can just be a workshop, that's fine. That chariot takes combat 2 and goes up here. The other thing I'll do between episodes is re-space out my my spawn busters, I think. Actually, screw it, I'll do that now. That isn't too taxing of a task. You go there, and that's why. 95.5. Yes. Maceman sits in Portland.
What's the plan?
That chariot will want to go there. That Axeman's fine.
Yes?
This chariot wants to go up in that general direction, I think. Okay, so that's that. Finally. Any 2-pop whips I can pull off. And again, I'm reset onto there. Chicago can 2-pop whip its settler. Is that something I want Chicago to do? I do want these cities to come out as quickly as they can. But how much overflow would I get with that? 39 overflow. That's pretty deesh. Yeah, feck it. I will whip that and move you there. No. No. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Whip the settler, put the hammers into a workboat, and then queue up a worker. That should work. Sorry, that was a pun. Probably didn't come out very well. All the cities look mostly okay. Someone working shitty tiles? No one seems to be working you're working a shitty tile, you should be growing. You're also working a shitty tile, but that's... yeah. Yeah. Why are you working a shitty tile? Because you haven't gotten around to building that mine yet, and you're growing too quickly. Okay, that's fine. Right. Right, Ragnar with his optics that I traded him. That's fine. And, that will have to do for this episode, I think. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. I have been, and shall continue to be, Pretzle. If you like the video, please like the video. And feel free to stick around for more. In the meantime, enjoy the music, and don't forget to be awesome.